Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, September 11th, 2020. And I want to just take a little different tone and format today because this is a really meaningful day in the U.S. We refer to it just simply as 9/11, the day that rocked our entire country, of my generation. And I know there have been other days that have rocked other generations. I also know that our day was felt around the world, and there's just only so much we can say about it. I mean, I'm not really going to reflect so much on what happened that day because we all know it. In fact, it's hard to see the pictures and the reminders that come every year, and knowing the next year will be the 20-year anniversary. It's even more somber thinking about how many lives were lost and lives were changed, and how the world really was impacted. But I thought I would take a moment today and actually just tell you a little bit different story about 9/11 and some of the things that when I think about that day that I try to think about and keep in mind. First of all, it was my oldest nephew Ryan's 21st birthday, so that didn't turn out exactly like he would have planned for a 21st birthday party, obviously. But I remember also that afternoon, kind of when the world was finally understanding what had happened and what was going on, that I was at my brother's house, and my oldest brother's house, with my mom and dad, and we were picking plums off the tree in my brother's backyard, and was going to make some plum jam. So I was helping my mom get some for hers, and I was looking forward to experiencing some of that plum jam. And I remember kind of getting mad at my dad because he was up on a ladder. He was 70. It was just not really where I wanted him to be, so I kept trying to nag him to get down. And I remember trying to ask my parents what they thought of what was going on in the world. And I really thought initially they were almost dismissive of it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I found out later it was because it was so horrifying. They didn't know what to say. And even though I was a grown woman, they didn't know how to have a conversation with me about it. And I've learned this because since my mom and I have talked about that day and, kind of what was going on. And by the way, I have some birds across the street that are fighting each other over the figs in my neighbor's fig tree. It's quite entertaining, actually. But that was also the last day that I saw my father healthy. So a couple weeks after that, I hadn't been back into town. I didn't live too far away at the time, but I lived far enough away that I didn't always get back to see them. And I was going to come see him because I was going out of town for some training, and my mom called and said, "Don't come, your dad's not feeling well. We don't want to get you sick before you go to your training." And I said, okay, didn't really think another thing of it. I never thought and realized that 9/11 was the last day that I would ever see my dad healthy and fit, because it wasn't too long after that when I got word that he wasn't feeling well, that he was kind of in and out of the hospital. We thought he had pneumonia. And while I was in training in Indianapolis, I got the word that we found out he had acute myelogenous leukemia. And it would be 17 days later that we would have to make the decision to let him go. So again, part of the joy of taping outside is you get to be a part of everybody's conversation when they go by. So we got some runners going by this morning. I'm really grateful for that afternoon with my dad. I'm really grateful that we had the opportunity to have a discussion, even if it was hard for him, about something in the world. And we had a chance to do something fun, picking the plums, and to be in a beautiful space and be together. So I can't believe all this time has gone. So that was September 11th. We lost my dad on November 11th. And I can't believe it's been 19 years for him. Sometimes it seems like just yesterday, and sometimes it seems like so long ago that I can't even imagine time's gone. So today, this is nothing work-wise, this is nothing earth-shattering-wise. Today is a day where I just want to reflect myself on how important family is and how important the people in your lives are, and remind myself that it's good just to take some time out to tell those people how much you love them and care about them, because we only have so much time on this planet. It's never a bad thing to know that you went out with a great memory, a great smile, or reminding somebody that you love them. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you all stay safe.